Let us start by creating our own class. Let us navigate to the project to the right. As we right click, we can choose what functionality that we would like to add. So if we go to add, we could either add the new item, but as I mentioned, that you have to keep yourself organized, and that is a key capability or skill set that you should have. So right now, for simplicity, we're gonna put it into a folder, and that folder, let's name it person, since the container of the classes will be a person. Okay, so a folder is just a folder, and it is similar to what you have in your local file system. So in the person folder, now we will add in a new item. Okay, so on that new item, as you can see now, you have multiple objects available for you for your use. And don't worry about this, because as you grow your skills, you will be learning what are the purposes of those files or objects. Okay, so let's choose class, and let's put person class. Okay, so as you can see that it has a file extension .cs. So because it's just a file, and if you have a Word document, you will notice that its file extension is docx, depending on the version. If it's Excel, it's xslx, etc. Okay, but on this is a C# file, so its suffix is .cs. So let's add that. Okay, now it's added. You can see now we're on the person, and you will see, if you go to the left, it automatically added three using statements. So you have the system, the generics, and the text. So Visual Studio is assuming that you will be using those references. As you can see now, the namespace has changed. So we're under the Hello World project person folder under the person class. Okay, so by default, the class keyword is public. But what does public mean? So public, it allows you to access the class to another location, and for visibility and understanding is always best practice. So you have to remember that best practice, it is something that you need to follow as a C# developer. So as best practice, it's always good to add the initials on initial keyword prior to the class, so everybody or you who will be using this code will understand that your class is publicly available. So let's add some capability. So now we'll be putting some properties. So a property is a container. Okay, so it is a variable. So we will deep dive into variables as we go along. So don't worry about much if you don't fully understand it yet. But the main thing, or the most important thing, is you get to understand the functionality of each object. So let's do a shortcut. So PROP, prop, if you press tab and tab again, then you will see that this will be created for you. Okay, so an integer or int is a type object. Okay, and this is built out of the box from one of the using statements. Okay, so but we're not creating a number. Int is normally for a number. What we're creating is a text. So let's put string, and let's say first name. Okay, right? And when you say get, and what it means, it's a getter. So you're getting something or you're receiving something. So that's a get. and you're allowing your property to have a get and a set. If you write something, you're setting up something. Okay, so the set. Okay, so if you take out set, then the capability of first name, you will lose the capability to write into it. If that's your purpose, that you can just remove it. Okay, so now let's move to the next line. So let's do a prop again. Okay, put string. Okay, and let's go to my property. What's the name of the property? Last name. Okay, so Visual Studio is a very intelligent tool, so I'd like you to fully utilize that. It gives you the information for you to be able to code faster. Okay, so there's a series of shortcuts which I'm teaching you now. So let's say first name, we got first name, we got the last name. Now we could use int now, because we would like to know the age of a person. Okay, alright, so what you see now is a use case of like building a form. Yeah, so if you come into a website, you tend to register yourself. You are asked to add your first name, your last name, your age, your email, etc. for registration, and this is the back end. Okay, so right now, since we are only familiarizing ourselves with C#, then we only gonna stay in the back end. Okay, we will have a separate course that will allow you to visualize from the front end to the back end. Okay, so this is we just create 3 properties for now, and let's make sure that we save it on top. Okay, now we have successfully created 3 properties, and let us now call this person object. So this is your first object or first class that you have created, and let's show you the behavior. Let us continue to the next video.